Hey everybody, welcome back to Invisible Playings. Hoping who's inside me shines through. I'm super excited for our game today. It is called, wait for it, Henchman Story! Woohoo! Yeah, woo! I'm super excited for this one because this is a visual novel, and for those of you who don't know what a visual novel is, it is like reading a comic book. It's like playing a comic book. And this particular one has voice acting in it, so you don't have to hear me talk the entire time. But what's really cool about it is that it has multiple choices. So, depending on who's watching at the time and what comments I get and feedback I receive, I will choose your choices. And so together we can choose our own adventure. And I like this one a lot too because it has multiple endings. But of course, if no one is watching and it's just Invisible playing this game and having fun and loving it themselves, then yeah, I'm going to choose the ending that I want. So, without further ado, I am going to hit new game. And here's hoping that everything is running smoothly. Also, here's hoping that it's not too much lag between.
Yes, yes! Another victory for the invincible Lord Bedlam! Excellent work, my brothers and sisters. At long last, the first phase of my master plan is complete. Now, gather the spoils of our conquest, so that we may return to our fortress post-haste.
So you want all these pet supplies stacked in the truck?
Yes, stack the pet supplies in the truck.
Okay, just double checking, because there is a lot of dog food here, and I'm just not sure the resale value is worth the back strain, you know? Oh, and do you care about organization? Like, should we sort it by animal, or...?
Just load the boxes!
Not just load the boxes.
If you please, valued comrade.
Not the cleanup. Oh no.
Right. Sure. God damn it. Hey, Dave. Can you help me with this?
Oh, sure thing, buddy. Try lifting with your legs. I hear that helps.
Yo, Dave, we gotta fight.
I meant help me lift the box, dude.
Oh, gosh, no. I'm a squad supervisor. I'm supervising. But I believe in you, Stan. You can do it.
Thanks.
Best supervisor ever.
Great work on that box, buddy. Way to go.
Okay, so we are now at our our first option. So I see that somebody's watching. Which choice would you choose here? And all choices matter. Depending on what you choose, depends on the ending we get and how things go. So I'm gonna give the stream a second to catch up. And I'm gonna wait like, I don't know, a minute. And if I don't have an option, I'm gonna choose my own. Woohoo! Well, I'm not seeing anything, so I am going to choose. Let's go. This had better be
Well,
worth
this
it.
had better be worth the effort. What are we even ripping this place off for anyway? Did they not honor one of Lord Bedlam's old coupons or something? We'd better not be eating this dog food. Baloney I can endure, but I'm not eating kibble for it.
Hey, fellas. Doing some late night shopping for Fido, huh? That's cute.
LOL.
What kind of mud is it? Looking at the two of you, I'd guess something like a Yorkie, maybe a teacup poodle. But that's way too much food for a dog that you could carry around in your purse.
Oh, he's a super Saint Bernard. So yeah, he's huge, massively big, eats a ton, shits are just, gargantuan.
Yo, too much information, Stan.
Are you a dog person? Let me guess. Frenchie? Corgi?
Pitbull. But seriously, step away from the truck and keep your hands off the kibble. This puppy chow heist is over.
Yikes.
Oh gosh. Oh, this is going to ruin Lord Bedlam's whole plan! I've got to warn him!
His plan? What about my plan? Hey, get back here!
Thanks for your commitment to the team, buddy. You've got this.
Oh my gosh, he just left him. He left.
Yeah. Sure thing.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, really? Why don't you show me exactly what you've got, pal?
Oh. So, this is clearly a superhero, and as I'm assuming I'm a henchman, I don't think that I actually have superpowers. So the question is, what do we do? I do know some magic tricks. Okay, I'm undercover. Oh, you don't want none of that. Maybe she's stupid.
Whew, he's gone. We can talk now. Thank God you're here. My name's Magnum McLean, undercover superhero. I've been tracking these guys for months. Huge case, very sensitive. But wouldn't you know it, my cell phone died before I could call my team for backup. Some luck, huh? So listen, you stop them, and I'll go find a payphone so I can call this in, alright? Great. Go get him, champ.
What year is this? Payphone? I think you had her in the first half, but I think you lost her.
First of all, Magnum McLean? Really?
What, your parents didn't alliterate? I thought everyone alliterated.
Second, you're gonna find a phone? What is this, 1998? Come on.
Yeah, Stan, you messed up.
Okay, good point. I'll just go to our secret headquarters and tell them in person. Be right back.
Nope, you're staying right here. But C+ for effort.
Dang, that's low.
Oh, come on. That was at least a B-. You're telling me I didn't have you for a second there? Really?
Not even for a fraction of one.
Yikes.
So what's it gonna be, Sunshine? Are you gonna come quietly or not?
You know I'm not paid to take option A.
Oh, at least you're paid.
Well, here goes nothing.
Let's faint left, but attack right.
Bet you won't see this coming!
She saw it. Oh, that looked. Oh, he is in a trash can. Oh, wow. And here's our attribution. Well, welcome to Henchman Story, everybody. Woohoo! And usually, I'm pretty sure there would be music here, but I'm pretty sure, for the sake of copyright, just in case, I turn music off. And so, yeah, here we are. Unfortunate. Oh, and now I'm reading. Nowadays, everybody wants to be a superhero. You see them posing gallantly on your news feed, and you think, sure, they're cool, but I bet I could be that cool too. I'll just do some sit-ups, start drinking diet soda, and add a little extra radiation to my coffee. Done deal. The thing is, not to crush your dreams or anything, but most people really can't. Even if you catch that 1 in a million break and land some superpowers instead of cancer, it's a long shot at best. And if you're some powerless schlub like the rest of us, no chance. Do a billion sit-ups, change your diet, whatever. When a bug hits a windshield, it doesn't matter if the bug's been hit in the gym, it goes splat all the same. Trust me, I know better than anyone. This is me. No, not the big muscly dude. That's Captain Commander. Or was it Captain Commodore? One of the captains. Anyway, see the guy flying off the page. Oh, in the purple, that's me. My name is Stan and I'm a henchman. Captain Whatever wasn't the first person to punch me in the face, and he probably won't be the last. At least this time I got a free six-pack out of the deal when the guy saw I made the cover of the Hero Weekly. Hard to drink it with a broken jaw, but, you know, it's a thought that counts. That guy in the creepy-looking mask is my boss, Lord Bedlam. But no one's really sure what he's the lord of exactly. But he's usually polite and he pays us, so we don't ask. Supervillains don't always socialize with their henchmen, but Lord Bedlam likes to every once in a while. says that because we're a smaller operation, we have a family mentality. Not sure I'd go that far. Being a small-time supervillain outfit means that we steal from pet supply warehouses, and that if some animal-themed boomerangs break your elbow, you have to wash the blood out from your uniform yourself. It does not mean that my coworkers are my brothers and sisters. I don't care how many times Lord Bedlam says it. Mostly, I think he just wants to show up for game night and pretend it's not weird. It doesn't help that the mask kind of gives him unfair advantage at poker. Not that anyone's ever had the guts to bring it up. Honestly, though, it could be worse. We've got food, four walls, salaries, and healthcare. I mean, not good healthcare. But you take what you can get when you get your butt kicked for a living. After spending a few years drowning in debt, a job like this seemed pretty appealing. You know, moral quandaries aside. Also, the frequent pain. Like I said, though, not every day ends in a superpowered beatdown. Most of the time, my life is pretty normal. Well, from a certain perspective. Issue 1. Clock in, clock out. Before I read, I did want to make sure that this was up. Okay, that must have been a music thing then. I'm going to turn this up slightly and really hope I don't get in trouble for copyright later. This is my room. It's a little cozy, but it's as nice as anything I had in college. Plus, I get it all to myself. Lord Bedlam did some research, and I guess henchmen that live in private quarters perform 15% better than henchmen that live in a barracks. He's all about that psychological stuff. Oh man. I guess private bathrooms don't affect performance or something, because we don't get those. So after I wake up, I grab my towel and toiletries and head to the locker room. The locker room isn't bad. I mean, it definitely smells a little funky, though part of that is my fault. I did get tossed into a garbage can a few weeks ago, after all. So I guess it's been a few weeks since that first issue. Also, sometimes the hot water in the showers cuts out for a second, so you end up yelping like a small dog and hopping around naked. That's super fun. Anyway, the line for the showers is always pretty long, so I start by heading for the sinks to brush my teeth.
Morning, Stan! You're looking chipper as usual.
Good to see you too, Dave.
What can I say, Dave? You brighten my day. And everything within a 200-foot radius.
Well, gee, buddy, you know me. Just trying to make the world a better place, one smile at a time.
I don't think he gets sarcasm.
I must have missed that in our mission statement.
I've never discovered how someone as disgustingly cheerful as Dave ended up being a henchman for Lord Bedlam. I'm not sure any explanation would suffice, honestly. He's just this smiling, corn-fed, small-town doofus who happens to work for a supervillain. Go figure. Whatever his deal is, I'm stuck with him, since he's my supervisor, which as far as I can tell means that his job is just to kind of exist, but with more enthusiasm.
So, pop quiz for you, buddy. What's your assignment for the day?
Well, we don't have an operation, and today is Tuesday, so that means I'm guarding a door.
Correct! You're assigned to guard the classified Level 4 research chamber. I'm glad that I could count on an experienced guy like you for something so important.
Well, I've guarded it every Tuesday for years, so yeah, I guess you could call me experienced. I'm a regular veteran of standing next to a door.
Oh, poor Stan. He sounds so dead inside.
Not just any door, a Level 4 door, and Lord Bedlam has entrusted its protection to our team. It's a big responsibility.
I love that you can actually hear him brushing his teeth.
By keeping that door safe, you keep Lord Bedlam's plans safe, and Lord Bedlam's plans are going to help all of us. Doesn't it feel great, you know, to be a part of something bigger than yourself?
Most of the time, henchmen fall into one of two categories. Either they think of it as a job like me, or they genuinely bought into their supervillain's cause or cult of personality. Dave is definitely the latter. I'm almost certain he has a Lord Bedlam tattoo somewhere. Like, I don't mean some wrist or ankle thing, I'm talking lower back.
Yeah, it's fantastic. Well, can't do such an important job smelling like this, so I'm gonna go take a shower. See you after assembly.
Looking forward to it, buddy.
Just sounds so dead inside. Poor Stan. After showering, shaving, and putting on my snazzy purple uniform, I head to the main hall for morning assembly. where we'll all be addressed by Lord Bedlam in person. The hall itself is pretty massive. Of course, it has to be, since it doubles as our hangar, as anyone could tell by the grounded jet helicopter hybrids that sit parked on the hall's east side. It's definitely more than enough room to fit all of us comfortably. After all, we only number about 200 or so, which is a lot less than some of the bigger supervillain outfits. At the far end of the hall, there's a small stage with a podium set up. A massive screen with a live feed of the stage sits above it, along with a full lighting rig like you'd see at a concert. Also some kind of ominous computer, but I've only ever seen it used for DJing at company functions.
Good morning, my loyal compatriots.
Oh. Oh my. I'm actually glad I turned the music on for this because it's a little better. It's so much better. Mercifully, Lord Bedlam's arrival distracts me from memories of Dave dancing to folk synth fusion music at last year's Christmas party. Not that the supervillain's ascent from beneath the stage is any more graceful. I don't know why he insists on making an entrance like this. In a world with superpowers, a stage elevator just isn't that impressive. Maybe he just gets a kick out of it? I don't know. Some of the guys eat it up.
Wow, yeah! You're the greatest, Lord Bedlam!
Case in point. Does he really react like that every morning, you ask? Yes. Yes, he does.
Thank you, thank you. I love the enthusiasm.
I love you, Lord Bedlam!
All right, maybe just a little bit less enthusiasm. Teeny bit.
Sorry, Lord Bedlam.
You know it's bad when the villain's like, you're giving me too much love.
Yes, well. Moving on. Today is a normal Tuesday, so you should all know your daily assignments. If you've somehow forgotten, consult the laminated schedule you received at the beginning of the quarter. If you lost your schedule, see Sam Leonhardt in HR and she'll make a new one for you. But the printing fee will come out of your paycheck, just so you know. I mean, they're laminated after all. That's not free.
You know, for a supervillain outfit, the fact that they have an HR is truly amazing and truly wonderful. Like, great place.
We do have some injury updates for you today. First, the good news. It looks like John Kess will walk again after that encounter with Muscle Master. I know we were all pulling for him.
Yay!
The bad news, Mace apparently has no idea who he is following his 7th concussion at the hands of the Shrouded Avenger, so he will not be returning to work. His family has received a fruit basket. For some lighter fare, we do have a birthday today. Congratulations to the Bacon Bruiser, who joined us in June after that unfortunate waffle iron incident forced the Breakfast Bandit into retirement.
I'm sorry? Not the clapping.
There will be some mini cupcakes in the East Break Room to celebrate. Please feel free to treat yourself to one between shifts. And it looks like that wraps up our morning announcements. So let's go out there and work together to make this a great day. And remember, the secret cabals, juntas, and unfairly moderated LARPing message boards that manipulate our society must all be destroyed!
The random yelling. Oh gosh, my ears.
They will pay for their crimes in blood! And when my master plan comes to fruition, we shall be the ones to exact the toll! Then we shall rip out the diseased heart of modern society and replace it with a newer, better heart of our own making!
Yo.
A heart that actually enforces the rules about period-appropriate clothing and has no limits on caps lock usage!
Yo.
So says the Invisyble Lord Bedlam!
Definitely a smaller unit because attacking LARPing. Bro. Wow.
Happy Tuesday, everyone. Go get 'em.
Wow. Wow. Yeah, I won't dance around it. Amiable or not, Lord Bedlam is still definitely a supervillain. And what we do is in a bit of a moral, well, black area, I suppose? It's for a good cause, I think. The whole pay in blood thing was totally a metaphor, though. Lord Bedlam isn't about killing people. He does have that line. I made sure. After everyone files out of the main hall, we scatter to the far corners of the facility and start our workday. Today, that means I need to take a long walk to the south wing. It's not exactly a scenic hike. The sights are basically what you'd expect from a hidden underground fortress. Stone walls, metal doors, and no windows. Still, it's nice to move about a little, considering my assignment. When I arrive, I find said assignment exactly as I expected. The metal door I'm guarding is just like all the others, except it's labeled 1385 and has a retinal scanner and keypad next to it. Also as expected, Dave arrived before me and is standing at rigid attention. Judging by his ragged breathing, he ran all the way here.
How's the door doing, Dave?
All's quiet so far, luckily. You're 1 minute and 35 seconds late, you know. If you were 8 minutes and 26 seconds later, I'd have to mark it down.
Ayo.
Noted. I'll remember to teleport next time.
You can teleport?
Believe it or not, that's actually a dream goal of mine, is to teleport.
Yep, but only once a week, and only if I have a breakfast burrito with mango habanero sauce in the morning. Think you could hook me up? You know, for the team.
I'm trying to teleport without the conditions.
Well, gosh, Stan, that's outside of our team's budget. But if it will keep you on schedule, then by golly, I'll see what I can do.
Thanks, buddy. Oh, and it helps if I get the one with the green packaging. You know, the one with the cactus mascot that wears the little sombrero.
I'll see what I can do. I've got to go check on the new guy first, though. What was his name again?
I love the voice acting. This is good.
Not sure, but he insists on calling himself Sith Player. He's taking this whole henchman thing very seriously.
Well, of course he is. It's serious work, Stan. So be sure to stay vigilant and keep an eye on that door, buddy.
You got it, boss. That's me. Super vigilant. But not vigilante vigilant, like villainously vigilant.
I'm not sure how much of that Dave heard, since he's already halfway down the hall on his way to check on the rest of our squad, but he gives me a thumbs up as he turns the corner, leaving me and door 1385 to ourselves. And so my day of standing in an empty hallway begins. Seriously, on Tuesdays, that's pretty much all I do. Since it's level 4 clearance, almost no one ever even uses the door. Oh, guess I should explain. Level 4 clearance means that basically only Lord Bedlam or specifically approved henchmen have access. In this case, it's a handful of engineers and they rarely show up. Whatever's in there is apparently very important, but doesn't get a whole lot of love. Doesn't make sense to me, but I'm not paid to understand it. I'm paid to stand here, doing nothing. Yippee. You might think I'm living the life, getting paid to stand around, but it does come with one problem. Boredom. Mind-numbing, agonizing boredom. So when Dave drops by to do his rounds, I find myself trying to start a conversation. It doesn't always work, and sometimes I regret it. Still, I feel like if I don't at least try to make my brain function just a little, it'll just shut down on me one day.
Hey there, buddy. How's your day going? All your tasks on schedule?
Hold on, let me check. Yep, door's still there. So my sole task of standing beside it and waiting for someone to actually use it remains right on track.
Well, that's just swell. You're always on the ball, Stan. Was there anything I can do to help you out? Maybe get the facility crew down here to give that door the old spit shine.
I think the door's shiny enough for now. But do you mind if I ask you something? Non-work related, I mean.
Sure thing, buddy. Daily chats with the team are an important part of being a squad supervisor, after all. What's on your mind?
How did he rise to become a squad supervisor? Like, what did he do? Open up the floor again. See if anybody wants to answer. Give a couple seconds, but if not, I'm thinking. Let's go with something. I've played this game a couple of times, right? But it's been a long time since I played it. And I never actually fully got all the endings either. So let's try Excited for Game Night.
So I know it's a few days away, but are you excited for game night this Friday?
You bet! Playing games together is a great team building exercise. I read that online.
Ooh, and you can trust everything online. That's why you can trust me, InvisyblePlayings.
what game are we playing this week?
Well, for me, this is Spells and Swords Week. I run a campaign with a squad every other game night, remember?
Ooh, sounds fun. Can I join?
Of course. Ah, crap. Why'd I tell him that? Of course he was going to invite himself. Sure, technically he's asking, but he's also technically my supervisor. It's not like I can say no.
You sure? I thought Lord Bedlam and the squad supervisors were playing poker again.
Yeah, but I didn't do so well last time. I don't think poker's my game.
Don't feel too bad. Poker isn't anyone's thing when Lord Bedlam's playing.
What do you mean by that?
Oh, uh-oh.
Just that Lord Bedlam is very, very good at poker. As you'd expect from our brilliant leader.
Oh, clean save.
Yeah, he is pretty good at things. But that's okay. I'll be playing Spells and Swords with you guys instead.
Oof. I've never done this option either. Wow. I don't know if this was the right option. Usually I get something with this. Ah. Well, okay. Oh well. I'll have to warn everyone else so they can be ready. Dave doesn't exactly grasp the whole in-character thing, so it takes special preparation. After the last session he played in, he ended up buying a gallon of chicken's blood to cure a curse that a witch had put on his half-elf bard. Whoa. Still not sure if he was planning to drink it or bathe in it.
Oh, what kind of character should I be this time? Oh, how about a squad supervisor? Is that a class?
Oh, okay. Oh, okay. So I guess this is that chance to make an option. And, oh boy, I have not played Spells and Swords, quotation, because, you know, I know what that actually supposed to be. I haven't played D&D in a minute. Bard is not a supervisor. Cleric, kinda. Ranger? I didn't mess with the Ranger character. He, like, never showed up to our meetings. Cleric?
How about a cleric?
No.
They're sort of like a supervisor.
I should have said Bard. All he does is enthusiasm anyway. Darn! Ah!
So they make sure everyone is on time and focusing on their work?
I should have did Bard.
No, I mean they help support everyone and keep them feeling good. Supervisors aren't supposed to do that?
Oh, Stan, it's okay. Being a squad supervisor is a complicated job. Not just anyone can understand how it works.
I'm so upset. I really want to go back and choose Bard. I'm like so tempted to redo this. I can't believe he's giving me the "you'll understand when you're older" talk. Please don't let him try to ruffle my hair. Ooh, the urge. I could just, especially because, like, who's really going to watch this? Yeah, but I will have integrity for this. Ooh.
But, okay, so clerics make people feel better by encouraging them.
I knew I should have said Bard. Look at this. He is literally describing a Bard.
No. Well, you can do that too, but they're more like doctors. Magical doctors.
Oh, okay. I don't know. One time I had to make Kowalski a splint in the field, and the doctors told me I should never try it again.
How did you become a squad supervisor?
Well, luckily this doesn't involve making a splint. You just cast your spells and your friends get healed.
Whoa, that sounds great! If we had a few clerics, we wouldn't need any of those stupid doctors, huh?
I should have said Bard.
You're telling me. That'd sure make things easier.
Yeah.
This was such a terrible conversation.
Oh, go ask if we can hire some. Great idea, buddy.
Wait, no.
Oh, they're not... I mean, sure. You're welcome, man.
That was a chance to build a relationship with Dave, and I blew it. I should have said Bard. I thought about Bard after I chose Cleric. Sometimes these conversations go better. Sometimes they go worse. Luckily, they all eventually end, and Dave leaves to check in with another member of the squad. After that, it's another long, eventless stretch of waiting in silence before I'm eventually relieved for lunch and I head to the cafeteria. God, that's what I get for trying new things. The cafeteria isn't much different from what you might find in a high school or a prison. Really depends on your perspective, I guess. There are long, stained tables with uncomfortable plastic, benches attached, a tile floor that is probably what a grizzled war veteran would look like in floor form, and the faint smell of mold and hopelessness. Most Lord Bedlam's fortress is in much better shape, so it's strange that the cafeteria is so banged up, right? Wrong. See, Lord Bedlam may be head honcho everywhere else, but this place has its own dark master. History teaches us that whoever controls the food supply gains incredible leverage. The lord of this terrible domain learned that lesson well. So long as Lord Bedlam gets his tuna melts, this despot has absolute autonomy. Janitors, maintenance, engineering, none can defy his will. Not here, in the heart of his kingdom. So rose Antonio Giamatti, master of the cafeteria and my stomach's personal tormentor.
Next! Hey, talking to you, pal!
I feel like the voices are supposed to come quicker. But I don't know if I did something wrong, and that's why they're not coming quicker.
Oh, sorry. What's on the menu today, Chef Antonio?
We got bologna casserole, bologna hot dish, and bologna surprise.
Oi, oi. Baloney. For a month, baloney. That train we hijacked last month must have had 5 cars full of this stuff because we haven't seen any other meat since. I glanced down at my options. I only see 2, though they are each labeled as hot dish and casserole. They look exactly the same. Cheeky guy. Maybe the surprise is different. Okay. I wonder what happens if I say, actually, I'm not hungry. But I kind of want to do bologna surprise, but knowing Stan, he's going to, no matter what I say, knowing Stan, he's going to mess this up. Bologna surprise, let's try
I
it.
think I'll try the bologna surprise.
You got it! Surprise! It's casserole.
I know he didn't. Yo, I ought to box you.
Wait, what? Are you serious?
What? You say you want a surprise, so I surprise you with which one you get. You're surprised, ain't you?
I mean, technically, but those 2 dishes are exactly the same. Why even give us a choice if it doesn't mean anything?
The same? You little shit! What do you know about the art of cooking, huh? You think you're some 5-star chef or something? Just 'cause they look the same don't mean they taste the same!
Stan.
But... You're right. I don't know anything about cooking. I'm sure they taste very different.
And
Thank you for the meal.
Whoa, I've never actually had Chef Antonio not hate my guts immediately.
Thank you for the meal, Master Chef Antonio Giamatti.
Oh, I hate his guts immediately.
It's a stat.
Yo, he didn't immediately hate my guts. Yo, I have no idea what ending I'm about to, how this game is going to play out. I'm actually really shook to see how this is going to go. As I walk to my seat, I have a sinking feeling that I have made a horrible mistake. Maybe there's some hidden meaning here about the illusion of free will or something. Or maybe I should just remember that you can never beat a chef in their own cafeteria.
Next! Come on, Oberon, get a move on! I know they got lines in England. Don't you pretend you don't know how it works because you call it a cubery-do or something. Come on!
What? What? I'd tell you what my day was like after lunch, but honestly, it wasn't any more exciting than the first half. I stood by a door some more, had a few more awkward conversations with Dave, and clocked out. The only thing I did differently today was take advantage of my personal food stash for dinner. It's running low. Only a few protein bars and ramen packets left. But better to tap into that than face Antonio again. So yeah, it's like I said. Other than my apparent rivalry with our lunch man, I live a pretty normal life most days. Sleep, eat, work, and repeat. Thrilling stuff. Of course, not every day is the same. We have different assignments each day of the week. For one thing, and every now and then, we have what Lord Bedlam calls an operation. In other words, supervillainy. As it happens, this Wednesday is an operation day. Oh, issue 2, operation day. Oh, okay, so I had the music turned on. That's why you couldn't hear it the first time. I think I will do, I think I'll go until issue 3 because I'm kind of enjoying the game right now. So yeah, let's see how it goes. Operation days begin the same as any other day. I mean, they kind of have to. Can't do much when I'm asleep, and I don't want to smell don't want to smell bad. So that means heading to their locker room like usual. There's an intangible difference when we're getting ready for an operation instead of a normal work day. I'll say that. Locker room has an air of tension to it in addition to the usual order. People are giving each other nervous glances or cracking bad jokes to calm their nerves. I mean, it's not like anyone expects to die or anything. Superheroes don't kill. One of the perks of being on this side of it. Still, getting hit in the head enough times has its consequences, as Mace found out. Or the legs, if you ask John Kess. So, I mean, we have every right to be nervous. I mean, I know I am. Not Dave, though. He's actually excited about the whole thing. I know. Big shock. Just blew your mind.
Morning, buddy. You know what today is?
Hump day!
Yeah, it's,
Operation Day! Oh boy, I'm so excited. I've got that tingly feeling in my bones.
well, that's more than I needed to know.
Aren't you excited too? I hear this is a big one.
Sometimes I wonder if Dave makes these little slips on purpose just to mess with me. I'm not sure if that's better than being Freudian.
Oh yeah, you know me. My excitement levels are like at full friggin' capacity. I live to get powerbombed by masked millionaires with messiah complexes.
Ew.
Oh, I don't think any superheroes will be there this time. I heard this is something totally different. They'll never expect it.
I'm pretty sure he said something like that every time. If Dave were a weatherman, every day would be sunny.
Well, just in case they do expect it, I'd better make sure I have time to stretch. See you in the main hall.
As an aside, if you're thinking of starting a career as a henchman for some insane reason, never forget to stretch. You'd think this would be obvious, but tons of people totally skip it. Trust me, the last thing you want to do is pull a hammy while running from some Cape Adonis type, because they will not miss an opportunity to look cool. They'll uppercut you into orbit and strike a pose regardless. That happened to one of my buddies, Mordecai. Fun enough guy to watch a basketball game with, but not quite as funny as he thought he was. He kept trying to call himself Mordecai the Henchman, but it never took. In hindsight, it was a bit of a schmuck. Of course, the stretching stuff goes both ways. We once got away from Red Phantom totally unscathed because his calf cramped during his big entrance. Bonus lesson. Don't jump through a window if you don't have to. After freshening up and getting my stretch on, I head to the main hall. Before I even get there, I can hear the hum of the jet helicopter things powering up. I think we call those Bedlam copters, but I hope I'm wrong. I think I'm actually a little late because Lord Bedlam has already arrived at his podium. Not that I've missed much. Lord Bedlam likes to give a motivational speech before operations, and, well...
The shadowy masters who control our society are growing nervous, my comrades! With their hold on the artisanal baloney industry shattered, they see the writing on the wall!
Aight?
And that writing says they are the ones who are ruining the weekend for everyone! Not the righteous masses who just want the orc barbarians to stop wearing jeans!
Okay. Yeah, you get the picture. Yeah, they don't actually get briefed on the details of these things. Only Lord Bedlam and a handful of his top people know what's going on. Need to know basis, I guess.
I know that each and every one of you are dedicated to our noble cause, and that you will follow both my own orders as well as your captain's without question. Seriously, no questions, no chit-chat, and no scuttlebutt. If you're all being a bunch of chatty Cathy gossip queens, then it makes us look bad, and we need to look our best today.
What? Who are we impressing? The rent-a-cops at whatever place we're sticking up certainly won't care. Besides, how professional can we look in purple spandex?
Now go forth, my comrades, and let loose the hounds of our endless parade of glory!
I don't think Lord Bedlam writes these speeches down. If he does, he certainly doesn't have an editor. Anyone who shares my feeling of Lord Bedlam's eloquence certainly isn't letting it show, though, and I follow suit. I can't bring myself to cheer wildly like Dave, but I can dutifully fall in step with him as we head to our proverbial chariot. That was a masterful sentence to say. As we file into one of the Bedlam copters, I can hear the roof opening for us with a groan.
Oh, this is it! You ready, buddy?
No. All set, partner.
I've got your back if you've got mine, partner.
I'm trying to get Dave's opinion. I actually want Dave to like me. if y'all actually join at some point. You may not like Dave, and you may want me to be a jerk to Dave. But as long as I get to choose, I'm being nice to Dave.
You bet!
And I don't know how many points I need with Dave, but I am working on it. So we strap into our seats, the engines roar to life, and like that, we're off. I can't believe I didn't choose Bard. He's clearly a Bard. I knew he was a Bard, and I knew it. I'll get over it eventually. Wherever we're going, it's further away than usual. This flight is getting kind of long. I'm not the only one that realized it either. Some of the guys have been exchanging confused looks. Eventually, though, the pilot makes an announcement.
Alright, meat shields, put on your makeup and hold on to your eyeballs because we're in the pipe and going in hot!
My goodness.
Actually, we're third in line in, so we're in a holding pattern for a bit. Then we're balls to the wall with foils locked and guns blazing! Woo!
I guess I have to put in the "this is not for children." I'm pretty sure these things don't have any guns. I'm also pretty sure that we train most of our pilots with video games and film clips since we don't have any actual flight simulators. Yet, through some miracle, we don't crash during our descent and move to join the henchmen that are already on the ground. Sliding down one of the Bedlam captor's rappel cables sends me through a hole in the roof of whatever building we were hovering over. It lands me in some kind of tech office. At least it was an office. Our hole in the roof isn't the only one. There are at least 3 that I count. For each Bedlam copter, I guess. And a few smaller holes in the walls that are probably from weapons fire. A lot of the equipment has been wrecked, but what's left looks impressive. This is definitely fancier stuff than we usually appropriate. Can't figure out what it is, though. Robotics? App development? I'm not sure. Most of the other henchmen seem to have moved on, but half a dozen stand guard over the few scientists that have been rounded up. Another whole squad stands in the middle of the room with Lord Bedlam at their head.
Excellent! Reinforcements! You lot!
He points towards my squad. I know what's next.
You shall remain here as our rear guard! The rest of you, with me!
Yo, he said you're bait.
No problem, Lord Bedlam. You heard him, squad! We're the rear guard, and the rest are going with him!
Bait.
That last part isn't really relevant to us, but I just wanted to make sure you heard.
There's a cheer from the other squads, and they rush to join the others as they follow Lord Bedlam through a nearby door and out of sight. The rest of us aren't cheering. Here's the thing about being a rear guard. You're guarding the entrance and the exit, right? So while your job is pretty uneventful if nothing goes wrong, you're also the first line of defense against outside interference. You follow me? If a superhero shows up, we're the ones they're running to first. Or run over, to be more accurate.
Oh boy, the rear guard! What an honor! Gosh, how long has it been since we've been selected for that?
Last year, I think. Some lady with wings broke your clavicle.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, right! I sacrificed my body for the glory of Lord Bedlam.
His poor clavicle. He sacrificed his body so we could rob a smartwatch factory. Not even the good ones, just some cheap knockoffs. Look like they came with a kid's meal.
Hopefully Lord Bedlam's glory will come sacrifice-free this time.
But if it doesn't, we'll be ready! Right, team?
Sure.
A little glow stick. We take up a position next to a window on the opposite side of the room as the captive scientist. I want to be as far away from them as possible. Sure, we'll let them go when we leave. That's the one thing we do that really bugs me. Stealing is, whatever. It's just stuff. But taking hostages, that can't be a fun thing to go through. I pull my stun baton from my belt and start messing with it to take my mind off the scientists. Plus, I need to make sure it works. Sometimes these things short out, and I have a feeling I'll need it. This place is big time. It's just got that feel. That means we're going to attract attention, and that means... There it is. Suddenly, something explodes through the wall to my right. Dave and I are flung forward and tumble to the floor. As quickly as I can, I scramble to my feet, grasping my baton. However, as I turn to face the source of the explosion, my jaw drops. Ooh. Yikes. Oh, sweet reading. A superhero showing up isn't a surprise. But that's Shining Nova. Shining Nova! As in the person that took down the Skull Syndicate and went toe-to-toe with Dr. Calamity's Supreme Ultra Death Bot. Crud. Goodness, we are screwed. We are completely screwed.
Time's a factor here, so I'm only gonna say this once. There's no way you can beat me. That means you can either give yourselves up or get your asses kicked. Your call. I can't make it for you.
I really considered just giving up this time around. But I should have known better. By taking any time to think at all, I've given Dave a vast edge in reaction time.
For Lord Bedlam! Charge!
Dave, I oughta. Dave and most of the other henchmen charge wildly. Some raise their stun batons, others fire with their beam weapons. It goes about as well as you'd expect. Oh my goodness, the screaming stopped. One henchman that are left seem to be fleeing. The ones that are further away than me, at least, I may be 5 meters from Shining Nova, and he's staring right at me. Oh gosh, he's staring right at me.
Hey.
Sup?
I have no idea what the right decision is here. I'm so tempted to surrender. I don't know. Let's dive for cover. Oh, I mean, their opinion of me changed. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. Desperately, I leap to the left just as Shining Nova raises a hand and lets loose a blast of energy. I can feel it whiz by me as I come crashing down behind a desk. Unfortunately, an ordinary desk won't do me much good, and even as I try to crawl to my feet, I'm knocked down again as a second blast blows the desk to pieces. I don't even know if that was the right decision. Yikes. As I peel myself off of the floor, I see a pair of metal feet and stop in my tracks. Looking up, I find Shining Nova standing directly over me within arm's length.
Aw, don't go. We were just getting to know each other.
No thanks, I'm good. Looking at Nova's armor this close, I notice something. Armor can't completely cover the wearer's joints. There are little gaps that give way to some lighter, more flexible material. Makes sense. How else could Shining Nova even move? Maybe I could work with that, or I could always try for the classic. Not the crotch shot. Start at the elbow. I grab my baton and lunge upwards, trying to jam it into Shining Nova's elbow joint. There's too much distance to cover in time. Nova's reactions are too fast. Darn. I should have went for the knees. Nova swats the baton away and knees me in the gut. Thankfully, I know not to eat big breakfasts before operations, because if I had, this would have just gotten a whole lot messier. I just stand to just get tossed a little further into the room and roll around in considerable pain for a few seconds. Much better.
Well, I'll give you this. You lasted at least twice as long as the rest of these idiots.
Do I get a prize?
Oh, Stan.
Yeah, you win an extended beatdown. Congratulations.
Yay.
Oh. I don't think I want that prize after all, so I take one last glance around for anything I can use. As I look around, I realize just where I've landed. A few yards to my right are the engineers that Lord Bedlam took as captives, and not far to my left is a door leading further into the facility. They're still tied up, so they can't escape. Maybe that's why Nova isn't rushing to finish me off. Fear for their safety. To be honest, I have the exact same fear. This is just a job. I don't want to hurt these people. Then again, Nova doesn't know that. Maybe I can bluff my way out of this, or should I just make a break for the door and hope for the best? Oh, there's not a third option. Well, there's no one here telling me to be that guy, so I'm not going to use hostages. Because I want a specific ending. Even though I'm making choices contrary to that ending, I want a specific ending. So, make a break for it. Yo, your opinion of me has changed like 3 times in this interaction, and I don't know if these are good opinion changes or not. Definitely better to just make a break for it. I don't want Shining Nova to blast me, but I don't want these people to get caught up in the crossfire either. They've had a bad enough day as it is. Besides, I dodge one shot, maybe I can dodge a second. As I weigh my options, Shining Nova steps forward and a hatch opens on the mechanized hero's wrist, revealing a small dart gun.
Alright, look, I don't want to injure you, but I can't exactly have you running around causing trouble either. So if you hold still.
Before Nova can continue, push aside the pain, muster what stamina I have left, and scramble towards the exit.
Hey!
Ignoring Nova's shouts of warning, I reach out for the door. Almost there. But not quite. Just as my fingers graze the handle, I feel a prick in my neck, and suddenly my body feels like rubber. Like a puppet that's lost its strings, I collapse to the floor with a groggy moan. Everything's a blur, and sounds echo as though I'm in a cave. Goodness. I didn't think tranquilizers could work this fast. I'm having fun. As my eyelids start to close, Shining Nova steps into view, visor glowing hypnotically as my vision starts to fail me.
could do that. Maybe that first move was lucky.
Although Nova's silhouette is hazy, I can just barely make out their helmet glancing in the direction of the hostages.
Or maybe you're more different than I thought.
Ooh, good decisions. Even though being put to sleep is better than being knocked unconscious in this case, it doesn't feel like I'm snoozing in my bed. Instead, it's a deep, dreamless slumber. 1 second all I see is blackness, and then the next...
Come on, buddy, you have to get up!
Where? What? Dave? What's going on?
No time, we've gotta go!
Onwards, my loyal compatriots! Onwards towards retreat!
I mean, I'm glad they woke me up.
There's only one Bedlam copter. If we don't get on, we'll be left behind!
Oh, gosh. Dave's help, I managed to stand. A quick look around tells me he's right. The lone Bedlam copter is holding position next to the hole Shiny Nova made in the wall, and there's no sign of another one. Lord Bedlam is already climbing aboard, so we better follow suit.
All right, I'm good. Let's go.
Dave, you came back for me? Yo, this is why I'm nice to you. For the most part. I should have chose Bard, but again, I'll get over it. Together, we drag ourselves towards the ramp. Despite my grogginess, we should make it easily. At least, it looks that way until a familiar black and blue blur falls through one of the holes in the ceiling. Takes one look at me and grins. Come on, not again.
Hey there, Sunshine. Gotta say, I didn't expect to see your raggedy-ass outfit here when I got the call. A data science facility's one hell of a step up from a pet store.
Hey, Miss Dynamo.
But you're not too much of a big shot to leave without saying hi now, are ya? After all, we're old pals, ain't we?
Oh, you know me. I'm not big on long goodbyes. So awkward.
Wait, you know her, Stan? But she's a superhero!
Yeah, she knocked me into a trash can a couple weeks back.
Case in point. Dude, you were there, remember? Briefly, anyway. She dumped me into a trash can.
Yeah, that was great. That picture of you was trending for hours.
Oh no, not
Would have been
X.
a great night for me. If you clowns hadn't ended up giving me the slip.
Yeah, we were pretty slippery, huh? Oh, what a night that was. Just a peach of a time, wasn't it, Dave?
I like that they actually interact with the heroes as henchmen.
Oh, yeah, I guess. I didn't know you cried so much when you had fun, Stan.
Ooh.
I'm easily moved, Dave. You know that. Well, getting to be about that time. Better hit the old dusty trail. Nice seeing you again. Don't be a stranger.
Don't think so. This time, I'm making sure you're out cold. And then I'm grounding that ugly ride of yours. Now come on, Sunshine. Let's kick this party up a notch.
Miss Dynamo is maybe 10 meters away, but I know that distance won't mean much to someone with that kind of strength and speed. Even if I wasn't still hungover from Shiny Nova's tranquilizer, my odds of getting out the way aren't good. Dynamo knows it too. She takes her time sizing me up and settling into her stance. Dave doesn't consider the odds, or maybe his zeal for Lord Bedlam has just made him more reckless. Whatever the case, he's pulled out his batons and is preparing to go down swinging. Missing, mind you, but still swinging. It's almost admirable, but in my experience, you don't heal hairline fractures with admiration, so I'm not about to follow suit. As Animal's muscles coil, I reach for my baton and desperately try to think of an angle. It's going to be even worse than the trash can incident if I can't. Right now, I'm as dangerous as a pillow covered in bubble wrap. I don't get much of a chance. As soon as I brandish my weapon, Miss Dynamo bursts forward. I guess she figured giving me the first strike last time was cherry enough. I wince, bracing for the pain. But it never comes. Instead, Dynamo's fist collides with a glowing red energy sword held by an unfamiliar woman in red and black. Catsuit. The blow is so strong that the weapon pulses and I can feel the ground shake. Oh, she was going to kill you. Even so, the mystery woman barely gives any ground. She angles the energy blade to turn it into more of a glancing blow and steps back to steady herself, but it still looks effortless.
Tisk, tisk. These aren't your toys to break anymore, child.
Scorpion, what are you doing here?
I just told you. These are my playthings now. If you can't play nice, then I'll have to take them away. You never pay attention, do you? Not even the slightest bit. Don't you ever tire of it? The ignorance?
I'd never let somebody say it to my face.
Shut up!
You can say it behind my back, but don't say it to my face. That's crazy. Miss Dynamo violently breaks the deadlock and leaps back. The woman in cat Scorpion does the same, but somehow more gracefully. Goodness, where'd she even come from? She was so fast that I barely saw it. Since when do we have a ringer? I stared dumbfounded, momentarily forgetting about escaping. It's not often you see something like this when you work for a guy like Lord Bedlam. A victory for us usually means a distraction or an escape. But this Scorpion lady is going toe-to-toe with a powerhouse like Miss Dynamo, and God help me, it seems like she could actually win.
Temper, temper, child.
Stop calling me that!
But you are. Listen to yourself. If you're not careful, you'll have another tantrum. And then who will have to clean up your mess this time?
What is their history?
Oh, it won't be you. Don't worry. Nah, you're gonna be the mess. What's left of you, anyway.
Promises, promises. Always promises with you. Never once delivered.
Yo, this bad guy energies. Bad guying. Beyond a grunt of frustration, Dynamo's retort this time is physical. She rushes right at Scorpion, who follows suit, sword whirring. Looks like that first move was no fluke. Dynamo's dishing out most of the offense, but none of it is connecting. What Scorpion can't avoid outright, she's redirecting with her sword. It's like watching a dance, but fast forwarded to 5 times normal speed, with a high chance of broken bones or dismemberment. So as astonishing as it looks, I'd take this chance to get out of here.
Come on, Dave. We've got to go.
What? And miss this chance to bring even more glory to Lord Bedlam?
He told us to retreat, remember? You wouldn't want to disobey Lord Bedlam, would you?
No, definitely not. Gosh, I can't believe I forgot. Thanks, Stan. You're a good friend.
He is a good friend.
Sure. I'm the best. Thank me when we're on the way back, man.
Together we rush to the ramp as fast as we can. My legs aren't exactly steady yet, so it's a little more of a zigzag than a straight line, but we make it just before they close the doors. That was a lot closer than usual. Now that I'm inside the Bedlam copter, I find that it doesn't have much room to spare. It's definitely over capacity. Guess that's good. It means more than a third of us made it out. On the other hand, that means that almost 2/3 of us didn't. Jeez. We've never had to leave so many people behind before. Kind of surreal. Feels like I'm in a war movie. What was that place? Miss Dynamo said something about data science, which would explain the computers. So we were after information? Weird. That's way too cutting edge for Lord Bedlam's modus operandi. Must have been important information, too. Why else would not one but 2 superheroes show up to stop us? Shining Nova alone would have been a big deal, but Miss Dynamo, too? Dynamo was known to slum it a little for fun, as I found out during that pet store debacle. But I thought Nova was exclusively working on national level threats and crisis response now. Maybe it had something to do with that Scorpion woman. Never heard of her before. Which is maybe the weirdest part of this whole thing. Someone like her should have gone viral at some point. Not sure what to make of it. Well, I hope whatever Lord Bedlam got from here was worth it. I close my eyes and breathe a sigh of relief as I feel the Bedlam copter leave this place behind. Between the surprise guest and the sudden downsizing, this is one operation day I'll be happy to forget. Hey, issue 3. And before 4 o'clock. Sweet! Or for other people watching this, before an hour's up. Alright, so I am going to save it. Save. Yes. And as you can tell, I may or may not have played this a couple times. So, I'm going home. Oh, actually, I do want to show you something. Hold up, Lizzie. Okay, so as you can see, hopefully there's no spoilers here. But different issues have different people on the covers of them. And it also changes depending on, Dave has issue apparently. What was this one? Issue 4? Was there a different issue 5? No? Duh. Issue 8, issue 7. Ah! Pieces. Issue 7, issue 6. So, spoilers. But some of these actually change, depending on the route you're taking. Darn, I can't actually find one to prove it. Well, that's okay. So, this has been Henchman's story. Thank you for watching Invisible Playings. Thank you for watching The Unseen Gamer and tuning in. I hope you all have a wonderful day, and stay visible. We shall catch you around later. Goodbye. Oh, happy Friday. Happy Friday. Goodbye.